Hello everyone, I'm Casey Chung, and today I'm making a video about the Godox V1 roundhead flash. I hope you find it useful. Here we have the Canon 90D body, and on top of the Hotshoe is the Godox V1 flash. Let me just rotate to show you the back side of the flash. So on top of the flash, it shows that it's a V1C flash. Also, on a light stand, we have two other Godox flashes. This is the TT685C flash. C stands for Canon. And over here, we have the Godox AD200 Pro flash. So going back to the V1 flash that's sitting on the Hotshoe of the body, let me just light up the screen here to show you the menu. So right now it's showing that there are three channels. Channel A, which is this flash here, the V1C, and channel B is the 685 flash, and channel C here is the Godox AD200 Pro flash. Now notice that each one of these channels are set for different power. So on the V1 flash, it's set for 1/16 power. That's channel A. And on channel B, that's set for 1/8 power. And on channel C, that's set for 1/4 power. So right now, if I press the mode button here on the round dial, it's going to show that channel A is on, channel B is also on, channel C is also on. Again, the V1 is channel A, the 685 flash is channel B, the Godox AD200 Pro is channel C, and they're all set for different power outputs. So let me just now demonstrate that if I press the shutter release button on the camera, all three flashes will fire simultaneously. And let's give it a test. Here we go. And just to verify, let's look at it by visually inspecting the flash head to make sure it really fired, because it's hard to see that in video. Okay, I just confirmed visually that the V1 flash head fired. Let's look at the 685 flash. That fired too. Let's look at the AD200 Pro flash. That fired as well. Okay, so that everything worked according to plan. Again, I have all channels A, B, and C on, which means when I press the trigger release, all three flashes will fire simultaneously. Let's say, for example, I want to only have the V1 flash fire, but turn off the other two flashes. So what I would do then is press this button here off to the far right. It kind of looks like a Z, almost like a thunderbolt. So let me just press that 2 times until I get this setting here where it says ETTL. And now, when I press the trigger here, the shutter release button, it will only fire the V1. Again, let's confirm that visually. So let's take a look. All right, the V1 fired. Let's take a look at the 685. 685 did not fire. That's good. Let's take a look at the AD200 Pro here. Did not fire, so perfect. That worked fine. And let's say, for example, let me just reset that by pressing this button so that it shows this menu again here. So again now, if I were to want to trigger all three flashes simultaneously, I just press the shutter release button and all three flashes fired. And I can also tell because I hear the beeping noises from the other two flashes. Let's say, for example, I want to have maybe the 685 flash off, but the AD200 Pro flash on, as well as the V1 flash off, so that I only want the 685 flash to be off. I can do that simply by going to the V1 head. So again, the 685 flash is the B channel. So notice that there are buttons here. This is A, B, C, and D. So I just press the B button and then I press it again. Okay, that was the wrong thing. What I should have done was press the mode button instead. So when I was here at this menu, I was pressing the wrong setting. What I should have done is press the mode button here at the bottom of the wheel. And when I press the mode button, I see this other screen here. It shows that channel A is on, channel B is on, channel C is on. So as I mentioned, I want to turn off the TT685 flash, which is channel B. And so then I press this button right here, which is channel B, and notice that now it says off. And let me do that again. I'm going to toggle back and forth to show you. On, press it again, off. And I'm going to press the middle button here to confirm. It's confirmed. So A channel is on, which is the V1 flash. B channel is off, which is the 685 flash. And C channel is on, which is the AD200 Pro flash. So now let's press the trigger release. I mean the shutter release button. Here we go. So let's independently confirm that by looking with my eyes, looking first at the V1 flash. Yes, that fired. The 685 flash should not fire. Let's confirm that. It is not firing. That's good. AD200 Pro flash, that fired. I can see that through the vents here of the round head attachment. So that's perfect. So that's all. A very useful feature is the fact that I can remotely change channels to be on or off so that I do not have to physically go over to those other two flashes to change the settings to be on or off. So now I'm going to change the B channel to be back on. It says on. Press the middle button here, which is the set confirm button. And now, again, all three flashes are back on. I will confirm that by pressing the shutter release button. Perfect, they all flashed. Now, what's also very useful is that I can independently change the power settings for the other two flashes that are off camera on a light stand. Let me show you that by pressing the mode button here. So when I press the mode button, I see channel A is at 1/16 power, channel B is at 1/8 power, channel C is at 1/4 power. So let's say, for example, I want to change the output of the AD200 Pro flash, which is currently at 1/4 power. Notice that it's this channel C there at 1/4 power, and which is the same as what it shows right here on the V1 flash LCD screen. Channel C is at 1/4 power. So what I do is I press the C button here until it lights up, and then I can press the up and down here, and notice it says half power now and 1-to-1 power. Now if I go over to the AD200 Pro flash, sure enough, it's 1-to-1 power. On my V1 flash, I'm going to change it down to a half power. Notice that it changed remotely. Change it down to 1/4 power, 1/8 power, 1/16, 1/32. So that's just a very convenient feature, is the fact that I can just press the button here to change the power of the AD200 Pro flash remotely. And I'm going to set it back to 1/4 power, press the set button here, and now it's confirmed. So that's just a really useful feature, so that I don't necessarily have to have, for example, I don't need to have this Godox X2T transmitter, which is a very nice transmitter. This particular transmitter also has a Hotshoe bypass so that you can put this transmitter, we'll take the flash off first, of course, put the transmitter right onto the Hotshoe, and I notice I have all these different channels A, B through E that I can independently change for different flashes. Plus, this particular X2T remote trigger has a Hotshoe flash bypass so that I can attach a flash right onto this. So that's really pretty cool. But the point is, I do not need to have this Godox X2T transmitter. I can just simply put it aside and only use the V1 flash, which essentially acts as a remote transmitter for those other two flashes. So that's the really cool thing that I wanted to demonstrate to you. So this particular V1 flash also is useful in that it has a magnetic head. So what that means is I can add accessories such as this dome head here, which is magnetic. So I just simply attach it to the top of that flash head, take it right off, slap it back on, remove it again. It's attaching by magnets because this entire head is magnetic. So I think that's a really cool feature. I can also add magnetic amber color gel filters to it. There's also a barn door and a snoot attachment, plus various other things that I can attach to that magnetic head. So anyways, this is a very powerful and versatile flash known as the Godox V1, in this case the C for Canon. And so I have already demonstrated that I'm able to fire the flash, all three flashes simultaneously, because this flash is controlling those two other flashes. So right now, to summarize, when I press the, the mode button here at the bottom, it's showing that A channel, which is this V1C flash, is on. B channel, which is the 685 flash, is on. And C channel, which is the AD200 Pro flash, that's also on. So again, I can just press the button here on the shutter release and all flashes fire simultaneously. Or I can also press this button right here 2 times until I get this ETTL screen. So now only this flash is firing, but not the other 2 flashes. So that's really cool. And plus, if I want to set the power differently for any of those other 2 flashes remotely, I can just, for example, let's say I want to change the power output on the 685 flash. The 685 flash is channel B. That's channel B on the 685 flash right there. So I press the button, the B button here, until that lights up, and then I can press the top of the zoom head, and it's now showing a quarter and now showing a half. And let me confirm that right here. Sure enough, it says a half. I'm going to change it again, and now it says 1:1. I'm going to change it back to a half, change it back to a quarter, change it back to an eighth, and I like it at an eighth. So I'm going to press the set button on the flash, and now to confirm, there it is. It's at a 1/8 power. So again, the really cool thing is that I'm able to set the power output of those 2 flashes that are remote, off camera, and set it remotely without having to touch those 2 flashes, just by simply going to the menu screen here and changing the various settings. So again, that's a really nice feature, and that's what I want to show you about the Godox flash system, is that any one of these 3 flashes can be set to be either on master mode or slave mode. So right now, this V1 flash is on master mode, which means it is the master and those two other flashes are in slave mode. If, for example, let's say I had the 685 flash on the camera Hotshoe, I could do it in reverse and have the 685 flash set for master mode and the V1 flash set for slave mode. So that's the very versatile thing about the Godox flashes. Any one of these flashes can trigger each other just by simply either having it on master mode or slave mode. So that's what I really like about the Godox flash system. It's very powerful and versatile, especially for doing remote wireless flash photography. And anytime you can get your flash off camera, that's just a beautiful thing. So that's what I wanted to demonstrate. I'm not sure if I had demonstrated the fact that I can also turn this flash off and only have those two flashes on. I can do that easily as well. Or I think I've already done the other variables, but I am also able to turn this flash off by simply, let's say, going back to the menu here. So A channel is on, and that's this flash right here. So if I press the A channel, now it's off. See where it says off right there, and I press the set button. So that means now the V1 flash is off and only those two remote flashes are on. Let's confirm that by pressing the shutter button here. Let's visually confirm that. So on the V1 flash, sure enough, it is not firing. On the 685 flash, it fired. On the 8200 Pro flash, I'm going to show it to you here on the front side. Yes, that flash, as well as the other flash, the 685. So that's perfect. That's how I'm able to turn this guy off and only have those two flashes fire for true off-camera flash photography. If I want to turn this back on, I just simply press this button here, which is the A channel button, and now it's toggling. So it toggles back and forth between on and off. See, it says off, now it's on, off, on. Press the set confirm button, and now this is on again. And it's set so that all three flashes will trigger simultaneously. Let's confirm that by pressing this. There you have it. So this particular flash, the Canon, this is the Canon version. They're all the same price. It's going for $259. It comes with here inside this compartment is a rechargeable lithium battery that lasts for many hours. I think it's rated for 500 full power flashes. I also bought an additional spare lithium battery for an extra $49. So I could pretty much shoot all day long, probably another day as well, with both batteries going. The 685 flash, at the time, I think it was on sale for about $100. It's now about $120. And that flash simply takes 4 AA batteries in the compartment here. I use the Eneloop brand rechargeable batteries. On the 8200 Pro flash, there is a battery compartment right here. That takes a special high-power lithium-ion battery that's also rechargeable. And I have a second battery as well. I think it's like $50 for the additional battery. And this flash spits out 200 watt-seconds of power. It's a really powerful flash. And what I have here is the round head flash attachment, which can also give out a modeling lamp just by pressing this modeling lamp button right here. So notice that the light came on, and that's a second level higher and a third level brighter. So that's really cool. This 8200 Pro flash has a modeling lamp, and notice how bright it is here. I'm pointing it right to the flash head. And I'm gonna just turn it back off now. What's really cool about this particular 8200 Pro flash is that I can attach it to a softbox because it's putting out a lot of power. So here's this is called the Raha, this is called the Photix Raha, here it is. The Photix Raha 65 octagonal shaped softbox. Currently, I have a different flash attached to it. It's a Godox SL60W LED video light for when I do video shoots. But I can easily take out this LED flash and attach the AD200 Pro flash to use with the softbox using a Bowen's S2 speed ring. So that's what's versatile about the AD200 Pro flash, is that it's quite powerful and I can use it for doing studio flash photography. So going back to the camera, or going back to the V1 flash head, I think this is like a really good value. It's good for wedding photography. I really like the fact that it has a round head, so it's giving out a really softer, diffused spread of light versus a rectangular spread. And I just like it, the light quality for this type of flash that's coming out of this flash. And I have all three flashes, and I'm able to make all three work simultaneously because they're all able to trigger each other wirelessly and remotely. And that's what I find the value in the Godox flash system. This particular Godox V1 flash is, well, I don't want to use the word knockoff, but it's essentially a knockoff of the Pro Photo version. I think it's called the A something. And that goes for like $1,000. So this Godox version is almost 1/4 the price of the Pro Photo version. Now, you could say, well, the Pro Photo version is a higher quality flash, and it probably is. However, if this one goes bad, because it's only 1/4 of the price, I can buy 3 more easily to replace a bad defective unit. Or if none are defective, I can buy 3 more flashes to match essentially the price of one Pro Photo flash. Anyways, I hope you find this video useful, and I just wanted to show you my Godox flash and wireless photography setup. If you like this video and you find it useful, please like and even consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you for watching.